Antaeus wards is finally getting a nerf, thank the lord, but if you're a Titan main wondering what is going to be the next meta build, then think no further. Today I'm bringing you the setup that people will be flocking to that is perfect for the Crucible, even more so if you're playing game modes like Trials of Osiris or competitive where this build truly shines. This Void Titan build will turn the tide of any losing battle by healing you instantly and providing you with an overshield, which basically allows you to set up situations where you can 1v1 and then snowball into 1v2 and even 1v3 situations with ease. Thanks to our mods and fragments, we also get super easy access to Devour, which adds to that snowball effect, making sure you start every fight with full health. We also get the deadliest grenade currently in the game that can one-shot Guardians from full health. And then we also have the fastest charging super in the game, Ward of Dawn. And as Trials of Osiris is currently based around a cap point objective, this super is truly one of the most powerful supers in the game, allowing you to win a free round, and it generates orbs for your teammates as well. And thanks to this build, we generate even more orbs from this super and from regular kills as well. Dim link for the build will be in my Discord, link for which will be in the comments or description below. At the heart of the build is the exotic Titan chest piece, the Crest of Alpha Lupi, and what this does is it instantly heals you when you place down your barricade. A lot of people think the healing provided from this is worse than Wormhusk, but it actually can be nearly double what Wormhusk provides. Wormhusk heals for a flat 67 HP, whereas Crest of Alpha Lupi heals for a minimum of 58 HP, but if you're low health, it will heal you straight up to 130 HP, regardless of what that amount is. So if you're at 1 HP, instead of healing you for 58 HP, Crest of Alpha Lupi will now heal you for 129 HP, straight up to that 130 mark. Not only that, but it will also heal your allies if they're nearby within a 12-meter radius. Where this becomes even stronger and allows you to completely turn the tide of battle is thanks to the Void Titan aspect, Bastion, whereby casting your barricade provides you with an overshield of 45 HP. Now, because we're combining this with Crest of Alpha Lupi, essentially even if you're 1 HP and then deploy your barricade, you can completely turn the tide of battle, as you'll now have 130 HP from the heal and 45 HP with the overshield, which is practically full health again. And that's just the worst case scenario. A very important facet of this build is that you need to be using Rally Barricade. Towering Barricade has been nerfed in terms of cooldown so many times now that you just don't get it enough, even with 100 resilience. Even though Towering Barricade is better for getting reses and things, if you want to abuse Crest of Alpha Lupi as much as possible, use it with Rally Barricade instead, which still has a reasonably short enough cooldown time. Now, before you start using this like Wormhusk willy-nilly, what I will say is that it has a slightly different playstyle. You can't just use it out in the open, whereas with Wormhusk you can. You've still got to be near cover for this to work effectively, so you can go behind cover and then deploy your barricade when you're using it. And then when you re-engage, you're practically full health again. The great thing about this build is that it's weapon agnostic, meaning it works so well with any loadout. You can see me here sweating it out with the meta, igneous and conditional, but it honestly works well with pulse rifles, SMGs, snipers, you name it. What you'll also notice is that after I deploy my barricade, the next kill I perform guarantees I spawn an orb of power, which not only boosts my super regeneration, but thanks to my fragments, Echo of Starvation, it also gives me access to Devour, meaning I can go on some serious kill streaks. Our second aspect, Offensive Bulwark, gives you a whole host of benefits when you do have an overshield up. 200% increased grenade regeneration, 20% more melee damage, along with increased melee lunge distance. And melee kills will regenerate your overshield as well, so thanks to this aspect you can actually get away with a lowish discipline stat and still have your grenade up very often. Let's go over the rest of my Void build. Ward of Dawn as a super at base has one of the shortest cooldowns and will help you to win zone caps, especially in Trials of Osiris. The great thing about Bubble is that because you get your super before everyone else, you will also snowball your team into getting their supers as well. Usually Bubble spawns 3 orbs of power, but now it will spawn 4 orbs of power, so it really increases that snowball effect with this build. As explained before, I'm using Rally Barricade as it has a much shorter cooldown than Towering Barricade. Catapult Lift, Shield Bash, which works like shoulder charge and is a great movement ability, Scatter Grenades, which are probably the deadliest grenade going around right now and can one-shot your opponents from full health. We've talked about our two aspects, Bastion and Offensive Bulwark. For our fragments, we have Echo of Leeching, which provides health regen on melee kills, along with a very useful bonus 10 resilience. Echo of Persistence, which increases the time you have Overshield and Devour. Echo of Starvation, which lets you have Devour in the first place from spawning all those orbs of power. And then finally, Echo of Dilation, which gives you a better radar when crouched, along with 10 intellect, which is very useful for the build. In terms of stat distribution, the most important stat here is 10 resilience. Not only is this going to make you more difficult to kill, but it's also going to lower the cooldown of your barricade significantly, which in turn will let you get your health and overshield back more often. In second place, it really depends on what game mode you are running, but it's basically joint between recovery and intellect. If you're running trials, run as close to 100 intellect as possible because this will let you deploy your super for zone caps and win around easily. If you're running any other crucible game mode, then prioritize recovery, which lets you regenerate your health in gunfights faster. But what I will say is that Crest of Alpha Lupi and your Overshield lets you get away with a lower recovery stat than you usually would need otherwise. But yeah, if you have amazing armor stats, unlike moi, then 100 resilience, 100 intellect, and 100 recovery is what you're going to be aiming for. Then go for discipline in fourth place. Again, you can get away with a lower discipline stat than normal PvP builds, thanks to Offensive Bulwark, which increases grenade regeneration. Finally, go for strength, then mobility in that order. In terms of mods, what we're trying to do is get our class ability back as soon as possible. The most important mods are on your cloak. We run one Reaper so that after we deploy our barricade, our next skill guarantees an orb of power, which not only gives us super energy, but also gives us back class ability energy, thanks to our mods on our boots, which we have 2 of insulation and 1 absolution. The orb of power also procs Echo of Starvation, so you get your Devour. Our second mod on our cloak is Utility Kickstart, which gives you a nice little bump in class ability energy when you do deploy that barricade. Then on your chest piece, run the relevant Unflinching mods. On your gloves, run the relevant Dexterity mods. And then on your helmet, make sure you run your relevant targeting mods, depending on what weapons you're running. Like I said earlier, you can use any weapon, but the setup I'm using here is with Igneous and Conditional. Conditional has 95 handling, so it's great without any sort of mods, so I just run every single solar mod here. No artifact mods are necessary for the build, so this build will stand the test of time and serve you well season on season. So there you have it, my Void Titan Crest of Alpha Lupi build that is going to be the next meta for Void Titans. It's super powerful and can turn the tide of battle for an individual, allowing you to 1v2 and 1v3, but it also provides your allies with healing, overshields, and more super energy as well, so it's great for players who like to focus on more of a support style gameplay. If you enjoyed what I talked about today, remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more Destiny builds, both PvP and PvE. I'm Mr. Ronit, and that's it for today. Peace out, guys.